Okay, so can you please speak to us more about Bosa? Am I pronouncing it right? Bold one, South
Yeah.
Africa? Okay.
Bosa is that like it's a political party. People can vote for it. It'll be on the ballot next year. But we've always just said to us, can we be engaged in communities? Can we be engaged with citizens at where they're at? And the best way I can define Bosa is to say, we want to give power back to people.
Okay.
I want for people in their communities to nominate their people, bring them to parliament so that they can fight for people on issues like education, like crime, like the economy. And one of the things I've focused myself on is to say, here are some of the things that we would do. You know, this country people have liberated themselves. People have never waited for a hero. The heroes sit in communities. And every day I go, I meet incredible South Africans who are doing great things in their towns, in their streets. Why can't we let those people come and represent us in parliament? So Bosa is about that. And I am animated by a dream that says we could build a South Africa upon which, regardless of the color of your skin, we could prosper together and live together peacefully. And we practically have got solutions that say, how do we work together to fix it? So when I think about electricity, I think, can we introduce opportunities where communities can include SMRs so that we fix electricity? Can we elect leaders in government who are ethical, who people we can look up to and say, I'm proud of our leaders. Like at the moment, we're all proud of the Springboks.
Yes, 100%. Yeah.
But none of us would sit back and say, if there was a World Cup of cabinets, our cabinet would win. like we think to ourselves. But the Springboks, you know, they're the best 15 players that can be there.
Yeah.
Can we produce ethical leaders who can stand up? Can we educate our kids so that they can find a job, not just for them to get through school, right?
100%, yeah.
Like if we just let our kids just say, you will know Pythagoras, or you will know the square root of this. That's all fine and dandy.
Yeah.
But that's the intrinsic value of education. But the extrinsic value is about what job can you do? What economy are we trying to build so that our kids can be connected to?
For sure.
That's the work that we've got to do. And ultimately, I'm always saying, man, our biggest crisis is that young people don't work. Let's put them to work.
For sure. And I think you speaking about the communities, like understanding the community would be one thing, but in order to understand the community, you have to be within. And the communities have their own leaders. They have their own elders. They have people that they look up to. And having the respect of those people first is how we're going to get into, is how you will get into touch with the youth, for example. Because if the youth if the elders can't respect you, how will the youth respect them, in a sense?
Sure.
So I think the approach is very positive in that sense. And I think it leads to one of my questions of what do you feel, would you say, is the main struggle for South Africans with regards to our political system?
I think before we get into the political system, we got to talk about values. You use the word respect.
Yes.
And you use the word young people and communities. I'm not saying those are any of your words. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Not me checking my
part
words.
of it is about values.
For sure.
Right? The first starting point, if you think, like if I arrive here, as boss, I always say to people, our number one value is Ubuntu. The idea that when I see you, I see a fellow human being.
For sure.
And we share common threats, right? We share things that worry us. If a snake came in here, all of us would jump unless you are those people of
I deal with snakes every week.
Is it? Is it? That's what I'm worried about. You know what I mean? I'm black, is all I gotta say. So I'll be the first one on the other side. No. But I think we recognize common threats. So if we hold those values and we in society create a sense of values, we could walk around to people and say, before you steal, do you recognize that this is a fellow human being?
For sure.
That we share common threats, we share common issues. And so for me, our politics are a mess because they don't have values of people anymore. When someone can steal during COVID, like that person is saying, I must take the things of government, make them personal, and ignore that the rest of the country is facing a virus.
True.
That's a lack of value that you can't even police for.
Exactly.
You can't send police to say. And countries that work, countries that succeed on the back of being able to share common values. They get together and they say, as a people, we are. We are fellow human beings. We care, we fight, we work together. If you went to Japan, the same. You would identify values. If they say, eventually, we look after our environment, you will not find paper
100%.
around.
Yeah, true.
So suddenly that value is in everything. They do things excellently. Now, as a country, there is along with the value of Ubuntu, there's the idea that a Burmaka plan, or it manifests. South Africans make a plan. Now, that's something we should own and say, we as a country, despite our difficulties, we work harder than anyone and we win. Now, if you have those values, suddenly you'll choose leaders and political leaders that reflect those values. You will not choose people who will steal, who are lazy, all of those. You will also know that politics is about service to people. So the mess of our politics, in my view, is that it's valueless and it doesn't care about people.
For sure.
And we've got to bring that back. One of the reasons I even left Parliament is because I sat in Parliament thinking, hey guys, we're talking about a lot of things. We're talking about things, but are we really solving problems that affect people? Like, are we genuinely, when we sit back, we can debate president, we can debate this. But at the end of the day, people are sitting at home going, at the end of the money, there's still more months left, We're running out of money. How do we solve it? Imagine if a government today came back and said, guys, we know fuel is hitting you hard. We're going to adjust how we calculate the cost of fuel.
Yes.
Even if we give you a R1 reduction. So that you can actually get because fuel adds inflation to every other cost of goods.
People celebrate that, eh?
Things like that. But that's a government that's been willing to hear the people and respond. Or say, if you ever go to any shop, I'm always amazed. One of the most stolen items in any shop is formula for children.
Is it?
Yeah. So if
Makes
you go,
sense though, but that's crazy,
sometimes the security around formula, they even wrap it out with those metal things.